Guys, so we're gonna get started very soon. Yeah, good day, guys. I can see your messages. We'll be getting started very soon. I'm trying to share the video across all the platforms before we start. How are we guys doing? Also, I need to be sure the sound is better. Yeah, good day, guys. Bear with me trying to copy paste this thing across everywhere briefly and quickly so we can will get started. Okay, I think we are set now and we are good to go. So, guys, let's get started. Let's get started with what we have for today. So, let's begin with this video from Ray Dalio.
The longer term is that we are at a point in which we are borrowing money to pay debt service. And there is a process by which when you keep having debt growth faster than income growth, then that means that you have debt service encroaching on your spending. That's the same for the government as it is for us. And as that happens, and you want to keep spending at the same level, there is the need to get more and more into debt. And the way that works, it's like it accelerates. we are at the point of that acceleration, which creates the supply-demand problem. And it's made worse by the other issues that we're talking about. The internal political issue, the internal social conflict issue there is something that is affecting foreign demand for bonds. For about 40% of our debt is sold to foreigners. And so there is a concern of the American politics, of the controlling of this debt crisis, and these types of things. So we come back to the same basic question. How strong are we going to be? When we talk about strong, what I mean is also economically strong. And economically strong means financially strong. That means it's just a basic thing. Financially strong means, do you earn more than you spend? And do you have a good income statement as a country? Do we have a good income statement? And do we have a good balance sheet? More assets than we have liabilities. The worse that gets, the more we are going to have that long-term problem. And it's just, you can see it in the numbers. It's just a matter of numbers. We are near that inflection point.
Kudos, guys. Okay. Awesome. So quickly, I want us to start today's session somewhere. This is our 11th episode on our weekly crypto capital show, which is designed for the new era and a new set of billionaires, which I believe you are among this new set and this new era of billionaires. So today we're talking about the lazy man's strategy and approach to becoming a crypto billionaire. Now, when I'm referring to crypto billionaire, basically because majority of you guys are from third world nations, third world countries, and so definitely $1 million automatically is like $1 billion in certain currencies. Like if you're from Nigeria, $1 million, which is 7 figures, is automatically like $1 billion. That's like 9 figures in a country like Nigeria also. So regardless of where you are also, so $1 million could be $1 billion in whatever country you're in. So, but we're talking about a lazy man's approach. That means not necessarily you being lazy, but what is the easiest way to be able to break even, to get to that point whereby you don't have to go through the stress and issues that are happening, the hula balloon in the space for you to be able to break even and make a lot of money from crypto. How can that be possible? Now, this brings us to the section of the video I just played, where Ray Dalio was talking about the economic situation in America and how it's going to affect the world at large, and how America is going deep and deep into debt because they keep on borrowing more. And now, what you're seeing, the dollar has been going down in value, been devaluing in the past couple of years now. And if the dollar has been going down in value and the world power is in debt, how much more third world countries, especially in Africa and all that also, what you're seeing in most of these economies are like a ripple effect, like triple down, a major blow when the leadership cannot even contain what is happening. So the more debts coming in, it's just a chaos in the whole political system and governmental, the economy of the countries and the nations. Now, looking at in factor, you want to ask yourself is, why did many of us got involved into crypto? What is the major driving point for crypto? What is the major key factor for crypto? Why did a lot of us and a lot of persons get involved into cryptos? That is a very key question. A very key question. Now, number one, basically just one thing. So I'm not going to like number one, number two, just basically just one reason why. Crypto, looking at what I just explained and what from the video we just watched, crypto served as more like a hedge and a better solution, an alternative to the economic crisis in the world or the country we are in as it affects us. So in other words, the fiat currency is going down in value, it's being devalued. The dollar, the naira, and some other countries, but we're using these two currencies, for example. and the purchasing power is going down. The economy is getting worse. Inflation is speaking on the high side. And we are caught at the crossroads of all this happening. Now, crypto served as a hedge, a better solution, an alternative to this crisis that is going on. So this means that instead of losing the value in cryptos, losing the value in in fiat currencies, we decide that we can become richer by saving our money in cryptocurrencies. Now we begin to hear the gains of the story of outrageous gains. So some of us have heard someone who invested, like peak of 2023, somebody invested, is it $10 or $100, and made about $1 million. And then we hear stories of somebody who invested Bitcoin, bought a large number of Bitcoin like 10 years ago with not more than $1,000 or $2,000, and right now he's a billionaire in dollars. And we've heard so many of these. We just keep on seeing them like week in, week out. Some are real, some are false, some are fake, but a lot are real. Now, we are not talking about the ones that are fake or fabricated news just to lure up people, gullible people, but we're talking about the real, authentic, valid proofs which we have seen over the years. Now, this story of outrageous, okay, we all know of Shiba Inu, and many of us who got in on Shiba Inu made a lot of money. We can't count how many of these kind of incidents that has happened in the crypto space over the past years to date. And now, these things, when we hear these things, when it tingles in our ears, when we see these things, this is what compelled majority of us to come into cryptocurrencies, because we want to experience financial freedom with the lowest possible means or available option for us, because especially those who are do not have the available options many people who are opportuned in the world have. So we see crypto as providing that opportunity to be able to close the financial gap and the divide in majority of our lives. This is the trigger reason. Because actually, why did you come into crypto? Maybe you heard somebody made $1 million, $2 million, somebody made $100,000 from just a little amount of money, and you are triggered. That is the major factor why majority of us ended up landing in crypto. Am I right? Yes or yes? Am I right, guys? Yes or yes? Now, that's our trigger point. The question is, how is it made? Because that's our trigger point. How is this made? Now, this leads me to the second video I want to play for us, and which is going to drive the second point of what I'm about to say.
It's like it feels like an insult because a day trader is one thing that annoys me is, if I tell somebody what I do for a living, right? I tell them I'm a day trader. They're like, oh, for real? Can you teach me? Can you teach me? And I'm like, sometimes it's like, it feels like an insult because a day trader is like almost being a doctor or a lawyer, right? It takes years to actually get good at this, right? Would you come up to a doctor and say, yo, hey doc, can you show me how to do heart surgery? No, you're right. You have to go through a process. You have to go to training. You have to, study. You have to put in the work. And the same thing with trading. I don't know why people think that trading is something that you can just pick up in 1 week and all of a sudden you can make money. So whoever's watching this, if you want to start day trading, don't think that it's something that you can just pick up in 1 week and then you're gonna start making money. It's gonna take time. You have to put in the work, but it's worth it at the end because you can have that freedom that you want.
Awesome, amazing. Now, this video, I'm going to draft out the major point from this particular video, which this guy who is a forex trader just made, which is actually really, really, really very true. A lot of facts in the video. Now, remember when I talked about the future of forex is crypto, and this is the thing: as crypto gets regulated, crypto trading will eventually become an accepted or normalized career path. it will become an accepted or normalized career path. So people can literally say, what do you do for a living? I'm a doctor. What do you do for a living? I'm a lawyer. The same way people who are forex traders said, I am a forex trader. Then without any fear, because they know forex is something done all over the world. In a few years of time, when crypto becomes fully regulated, people can say, I am a crypto trader. It could, because at that point it's become regulated. It becomes a classified career path. And now, already, isn't it a career path? It is, but still speculative, still experimental, because it has not been validated by the government or regulated by the government. So when it comes into full level of regulation, then it becomes globally accepted and recognized as such. You understand what I'm saying now? That doesn't mean that people are not making money. We are making money from it. Most of us who are diversified in a lot of businesses now, our major income, our major cash cow came from crypto. We made a lot of money from crypto and we diversified into real estate, into food chains, into import, into transportation, various other businesses as well. So, but you get what I'm saying. Now, just like every other career path, it takes time to get a hang of everything. So when people want to come and learn trading, for example, some of us have been trading for a couple of years now, and it's like normal to us. So you can't just expect that there's a way people say it's like something you just apply for a 1 week training and then you just get a hang of everything. No, 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 no. If you pay for a course, you pay for a class, and maybe you're being trained for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It is just a foundation. Is a foundation. There's a word that is being used like a mock class or a mock course that becomes a springboard for your career in the long term. So just like every other career that takes time, you have to go to school for 4 years to learn, for 1 year to learn, for 2 years to learn, for 3 years to learn. Now, look at crypto as that same thing. You don't need to spend 4 years in crypto. Look at it as a year. Just look at it as a master's course for just 1 year. Master's course for just 1 year. 1 year is more than enough to learn what you need to learn in crypto to literally become a multi-millionaire and settle your life forever. The reason why some of you is taking you longer to get to that peak is because you are a slow learner. And one of the proof you've learned something. Let me make this clear now, because some people like they've learned, they've known this, there's no that thing. You cannot claim you have known a thing until you can do that thing. The proof of learning is action. What you do with what you have learned is what proves and authenticates the level of wisdom and knowledge you have. So there are many people who claim to know a lot about crypto, but they do not have commensurate results to what they know. The reason is because they are not really learning. So see learning, the proof of your learning as the action you are taking commensurate to what you know. So when you make mistakes, you are learning again, you're learning again. So some people are going to take longer, some is going to take shorter. Now, in crypto, the good thing about crypto is that it is the only aspect where you can get rich without knowing everything, or better still, while you're studying everything. I repeat, crypto is the only asset where you can get rich without knowing everything, or better still, while studying everything. The keyword is everything. So it's the only industry where that you can get rich without knowing everything, or better still, studying everything. So while you are studying, while you're getting to explore, getting to the state of, let's say you want to get to, because in schools there are classes. There's primary one, there's basic one, there's basic two, there's the secondary level, which is the high school, and then there's university level, and there's the BSc, there's the master's, there's the PhD. Now, while you're progressing in your knowledge or whatever category you are in, you can become very, very rich. Now, the category you're in does not determine how rich or how wealthy you can be. That's another amazing aspect, an amazing fact in cryptos. So based on this realization, we've watched like about 2 videos now. and I've given a very punchy explanation regarding this. Now, based on this, okay, guys, hold on a minute. Based on this, the question we want to ask is, what is the lazy man's approach to becoming a crypto billionaire? What is the lazy man's approach to becoming a crypto billionaire? Now, a few weeks ago, I was looking through Twitter X, and I saw the result of many young persons who are from Africa, basically. I'm not just referring to the white folks now, some people who are, because of course we know that the crypto aspect of Africa is really booming hot, especially from Nigeria, Ghanaians, South Africans, like it's growing so fast. Now, 2 weeks ago, I was looking through Twitter and I see a lot of young people who posted. Some of them posted that. I think someone posted his $100 has made him, like he's made $100,000 within a year. Somebody else posted that with from $100. Someone said from his $800 or $700, which is less than $1,000. Actually, I don't know the exact figure, but he said it's less than $1,000. He has made about $100 and something thousand as well within 1 year and 2 months. Like I've seen repeatedly different persons posting with their proof, like receipts, like their wallets, and saying this is how they made this within year and year. And I saw a lot of them on Twitter X or so. And I was quite curious to go through each of the threads that these folks were putting out. And the question is, I looked at and I noticed something similar in each of their posts or each of their contents, each of these guys, on how they did it. Now, how they did it. And I discovered the same thing that some of us have benefited, the same thing these people have come to understand. And in their posts, you'll see something like 2 to 3 tokens, 2 to 3 coins. I think there's something that actually went a bit viral where somebody bought, is it CAS? I forgot how much it is. It $1,000 or $5,000 that made it, that rose to $2 million too. I saw that, but I don't think that person's an African, but I think it's a white dude or so that posted that as well. But a lot of Africans that I noticed posted a couple of their results. But you see, what is peculiar with each of their posts and each of their content is 2 to 3 coins. None of them got to that figure by buying 10 coins, by buying 20 coins, by buying 50 coins. All of them got to that figure by capitalizing on a lower number of asset class. Now, this is a mistake most people, when they are starting out small, when they don't have a lot of money, people who have, let's say, below $10,000 in their portfolio, is a mistake they make when they're starting out small. When you're starting out small, you are meant to streamline your focus. And as you grow, you can then broaden your horizon. At this point now, I could decide to buy up to 50 different tokens, and I'm not bothered because I have more than enough capital that I can allocate across all board. But let's say you have less than $10,000. How do you want to allocate less than that amount on 100 different coins or 50 different coins? Your net worth, your assets become scattered. It becomes a bit confused. And sometimes at the end of the day, not everybody has the mental capacity to control a large portfolio of different assets. In other words, you will be unable to successfully monitor each of them because sometimes one might have picked up very well and given like 10,000, 1,000% profit, and you're not able to generate from that profit. What happens? What's the problem? You decide to, by the time you check, it has gone down in value. The circle repeats again. You will not be able to notice when this has gone up in value. And maybe you might pick 1 or 2 of them that you might be lucky enough to see a couple of them that has gone up in value, but not all of them. So what happens is that it seems like you're in a near success syndrome, or you are in a rat circle, whereby by the time you calculate the gains and the losses, you still ended up being where you started from. Now, this is it. I made a post, was it yesterday or so, that according to CoinMarketCap, there are 2 million coins in existence, crypto coins, and less than about 9,000 of them that are verified on CoinGecko, and CoinMarketCap. So this means that only less, because 9,000 out of 2 million is less than 0.1%. So less than 0.1% of coins has a chance of succeeding, which means it becomes harder every single day to literally, really, genuinely pick the asset class that will make a lot of money and win long term. This means if we have, like, let's say on an average, let's say every single day we have like 500 coins coming to existence. Let me just use that as an example. Out of that 500 coins coming to existence, only about 25 of that 500, so 50 is going to be 10%. So let's say 25. That's only about 5% of that number will actually do well. And only about 1%, so only about 5 out of that 500 will do extremely well. The rest are most likely going to fail. This is the reality in cryptos. So it becomes a problem and a burden. People will be like, Shifu, if you're telling us this, how then do we know which we should stick to and which we shouldn't stick to? Now I'm going to give you some pointers. I'll give you some pointers. Let me see if I can share the screen. Now, how do you know which? The number one is understanding the drive of the market cycle. What drives coins in each market cycle is very important. Like I tell you, that the strategy you apply on a bear market is different from the strategy you apply in a bull market. However, this strategy is determined by understanding the market cycle and what drives this market cycle. In a bearish market, a lot of focus needs to go to the fundamentals. Meanwhile, speculation still plays a large part in the game, or a large part in the picture. So when we look at speculation, we look at fundamentals. If you look at the circle here that is showing, you want to look at these two assets. But when the bull market comes in, when we get to the time and the era of the bull market, what drives token price is 90% speculation and 10% fundamentals. In other words, 10% utility. When we get into the bull run, people care less about utility. But in the bearish markets, people care more about utility. So in the bearish market, what drives token price is 60% speculation, 40% fundamentals, or 40% utilities. In the bullish market, it is 90% speculation, 10% utility and fundamentals. This is why those who will make the most money in cryptos in the bull run will not be those who know how to research the best utility coins. Because come to think of it, when Shiba Inu started, what was the utility of Shiba Inu? If we were to be truthful to ourselves, Shiba Inu was just a meme coin, a stupid coin that had no use case. But it made a lot of us very, very rich in 2021. The same thing with SafeMoon. There wasn't any major utility about these coins when they came in. They were just meme coin and for the culture. Pep came in this year and made a lot of us money. AI dodged the same thing. What was the true utility of these coins? They were just shit coins, for God's sake. There was not really major. So you need to bring this to your senses. You need to understand this so you are not going to miss out on money when the time comes. I hope we are getting what I'm saying. I hope we are getting what I'm saying. So this is point number one. You need to understand the drive of the market cycle. The drive of the market cycle, which is point number one. I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying, and I hope I'm making sense to you guys. Now, number two question: when I pick a token class, I pick a coin or an asset, and I want to invest in that coin, I ask myself one question: is the team, which is the leadership of this project, trusted enough to last for the next 1 to 2 years? I said 1 to 2 years because many times projects do not exceed than more than 5 years. That normally we already know the statistics of businesses that businesses already thrive beyond 5 years. You understand what I'm saying now? Now, so I look at any business that is able to scale above 5 years is going to do well for a very long time. So 5 years is like the major benchmark for businesses. So we're looking at projects with the eyes of businesses now. If so when I ask myself one question, and that question is the team and leadership of these projects trusted enough to last for the next 1 to 2 years? Are they driven enough? If my answer is no, I will not hold that token for a long time. You don't need any influencer. You don't need me to tell you you shouldn't hold it for any long time. You don't even need me or any other influencer or leadership figure to tell you to hold it or not to hold it. Automatically, you should just know. Why? Everything rises and falls to leadership. Everything rises and falls down to leadership. This is why in countries, people blame the president. People blame the government. Why? Leadership. In churches, people blame the pastors. Why? Leadership. Everything, companies, failure, wreck, success, people blame what? The leadership. Everything rises and falls down to leadership. A driven leader, optimistic and focused, will produce results for an asset class. So there are people, somebody can bring a driven leader who knows what he's doing, that is driven, is focused and serious, can come up with a stupid token, or should I say a token that does not even have utility, and make a lot of people money out of it. A lot of people and investors will make a lot of money. And someone can have a very good utility token and project, but he is a foolish leader, does not know how to pioneer the leadership of a project very well and successfully. And no matter how good utility is, the project will fail and people will lose money. So I repeat, everything rises and falls down. So leadership is very, very key. So speculation, we're talking about speculation now, which a lot of people, which we're talking about how majority of assets are being priced or focused in cryptos, in the bear market and the bullish market. Speculation is built around what I call the 3 Ps: people, product, and prices. I really broke down this concept very well in the bull run series. If you do not have access to the bull run course, my advice to you is go to the websites and get that course. Go to the website and get that course for the sake of knowledge. If you can't afford it, reach out to me to get you is how university.org. Go to the website and get the course. So if you can't afford it, reach out to me to give you a coupon, a discount coupon to buy the course. You buy the course and learn everything, every strategy I dot in the bull run course. Just get as much as you can out of those strategies and see how you can start preparing yourself to start making money right now ahead of the bull run, not even waiting for the bull run. But besides that, back to what I'm saying. Now, speculation is built around these 3 Ps: people, product, and prices. This is how it flows. In project, it flows in this order class. First of all, people, which is the leadership, the community. Then we're not talking about the products and then the prices. So this is the first key thing I look at. Now, the third thing, I've given us 2 points now on how to know. So when I look at this, I can decide to hold a coin for a very long time. And I'm not like bothered. I'm not worried. I'm just in that platform, in that project. For example, I'll mention 2 asset classes that I believe can really, this is not the financial advice, take notes. Whatever I'm saying is not the financial advice. It is just my own speculation. And I believe that there's a potential here in these asset classes. And most of everything I teach you guys and show you guys, I literally, like, when I show you guys and teach you guys, I then bring projects in line with what I'm teaching, and I show that, okay, this is this and this. Either I post it or I talk about it a couple of times, and then you see it play out. Now, as we are approaching the bull run, I might bring project that's might not really like make much sense in the sense of the utility. Why? Because of this understanding that speculation drives more than utility. But as we are in the bear market, which we are not entirely out of the bear market yet, every project that is being brought there needs to be utility behind it. Most of the projects I've written a thread on, I've done, some of them I've done about 1,000% each. Over the past 2 months, I've been posting. And I've been very, very, very picky. We have one field pre-sale that was, is it SCAT? You just dump rights. Even those who got in the pre-sale did not even make money. I lost money on that as well. And but the rest of them did extremely well in the past 60 days. Each of our meet-them calls. And why? Because now somebody can decide to be jumping around different coins, doing what we call gambling around different coins, and make money here, lose the whole money the next day, make money here, lose the whole money the next day. But you decide not to gamble, and then you make a bulk amount of money. At the end of the month, your portfolio has increased 10x. That's the point of what we're doing here. Now you have a portfolio of $10,000 at the end of the month, you've made $100,000, or you have a portfolio of $1,000 at the end of the month, you made $10,000 or $5,000. Your portfolio has grown. It shouldn't be static as well. Now, there are people who are degens, league degens. Degens are risk takers. They can lose all their money today, find a way to start from scratch tomorrow. If you're not a degen, it is not for you. There's an adrenaline that is in crypto when you get involved in crypto that can get you hooked up, and you just want to throw your money everywhere. At the end of the day, you just end up losing your money. But if you follow a balanced approach, which is what I'm teaching you guys now, the lazy man's approach, you are good to go. Now, for example, let's talk about Amino, which is Amino. Amino launched. How do I get Amino now? So let's go to Dex screen now. Let's go to Dex screen now. And how do I do this? Okay. So let's use Ammo as an example now. Now, Ammo, I got involved in the private sale of Ammo last year, and it didn't launch throughout last year. It didn't launch the early part of last year. It launched on the 1st of November, and I've been talking about Ammo. And those who are in the VIP, I also shared to those who are in the VIP to get in. So a lot of persons in the VIP got into this private sale on Amino, so and which is actually vested till next year and co and all that. Now, why did I get involved in Ammo? And Ammo has launched. It launched a 2 million market cap. It's currently at around 20 million market cap, which is like at the point it is 10x for those who got in the private sale. If you got in upon launch, you would have said like been up at least 5x or so around this level. Now this is where Ammo is sitting, around 19, let's say around 20 million market cap, where it is right now. This is Ammo, which I believe you guys can see on the screen. It's Amino, which we know of. A lot of persons did the what's it called, the is it exercise or what not, and got some points, I think, and there are news or information about it being released in a few weeks or so. They have a partnership with Chainlink and all that, but the partnership and all that is not even a problem. When I look, I look at the founding team behind Amino. The founding team wants to retire with this project, as an example, as a project whereby in the next 5, building this project as a reward use case, a reward utility, such that it's going to be relevant using the metrics I taught in the bull run series we had earlier. Now, when I looked at this, I became very, very confident. So we've been waiting for 2 years for the launch. It is launched, and despite the fact that it has done 10x upon launch, those of us who got in the private state, 20% was released at TGE for us. I haven't sold. I'm still holding. Why? This is the factor I told you guys about. And as of yesterday, I bought some again on MXC because it's trading on MXC. Why? Because I believe that between now and January, that's in the next 2 months, Ammo is going to get to at least 200 million market cap minimum, and could fly to 500 million market cap or a billion market cap by 2024, which is next year. But on a midterm basis, which is just like, let's just say November has ended. So we're looking at December, January. So from December to January, I expect Ammo to get to 200 million market cap and above. That is 10x from where it is right now, the current price is now, to where I expect it to go. So I haven't sold. And if it does 10x from where it is, that's going to be 100x for me. So if I come and post tomorrow that, oh, my let's say $10,000 in Ammo is worth 100x now. 100x of $10,000, for example. I did more than that, but I'm not going to disclose how much I invested for privacy reasons. But I just want to use $10,000 as an example now. It did 100x. What is going to be the value? That's $1 million. $1 million. So if I post that my value, whatever Ammo is now worth $1 million, but remember it's only 20% that's released on TG. So I think from February next year, they start releasing the other batches, the other percentages for all private sellers. So then invested throughout the next year now. And so we have 20%. So this means that the 20% that was released to me, by the time it gets to 100 million market cap, it will be worth $200,000. Now you'll be like, how did you make this shuffle? What did you do? Now you can become rich overnight in crypto over time, following the lazy man strategy. Because if you look at here now, if you factor in that I invested in this privacy last year, this year, and then what I'm projecting between this December now for this asset class and January, if you factor this, that means it's taking me approximately 2 years to turn whatever amount of money I have invested. Let's use $10,000 as a case study now to make 100x. And if Ammo decides to get to 500 billion market cap, or let's say billion market cap by next year, which it will definitely get to, that is going to be a 500x. That means a $10,000 initial investment would have now been worth $5 million. And put this factor together now. That means by next year, let's say it happens, it takes place, it gets $1 billion by the mid part of next year. That is 2.5 years. There are people who I know who are in the VIP who they don't do any, they'll decide not to. When the bear market became tough, they left cryptos, but they got in them and they just continue living their life and doing their things. Already they are very, very rich. Very, very rich as we're speaking. Very, very rich just from this sale alone. So if this does 500x, for example, or 1,000x, they will still become richer than you, who have been grinding every single day in crypto trying to hit the next 100x. You're trying to hit the next 100x. Why? What strategy they adapt? The easiest, the lazy man strategy. I just gave an alpha already with this, because I'm using a practical stance now to show what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. What I'm saying or what I'm talking about. Another practical example is so for example, I posted about is it Flappy B, which their pre-sale just went live currently, and we're trying to buy into Flappy B pre-sale, and like I said, nothing I said the financial advice, but we're looking at getting involved in Flappy B pre-sale. And now the team of the Beats platform or so is anonymous, but now the question you now ask is, in an anonymous team, how do you vet team activities? How do you vet leadership activities? Look at the projects. Now, most people who raise pre-sales, they raise pre-sale and they promise you a lot of things, and many times they don't do this thing. When I look at Flappy B, which is Beats, they've already paid for 2 centralized exchange listing, which is CoinTiger and CoinW. If you don't know about CoinW, CoinW is like among the top 3 biggest, if not the second or the first biggest exchange in China, crypto exchange in China. Now, when you look at that, you now look at the what's it called? Look at CoinTiger, which is we just, I think CoinTiger is like a tier 2 or a tier 3 exchange. That costs money, maybe somewhere around $50,000 or $40,000 or so, or $10,000, whatever the exact figure is, that has been spent into securing these exchanges that has already announced that this coin is going to be listed even before starting their sale. And that alone already gives you like some level of confidence that, okay, if this has been done by this team already, then that means whatever they are saying that they are going to still do, which is they want to get listed on Bybit and also get listed on MXC, it's something that will be very doable and easy for them. Very doable and easy for them. So this is what you look at projects who like Bits, which is a gaming project and gaming protocol. So let me click here on their bid sale. I posted it on the Telegram. So if you're not on Telegram, you can check it. I put it almost everywhere, right? On Facebook, I shared on Twitter X, I shared it on what's it called? On WhatsApp as well. You can literally go to, you can do your research, you can buy in as well, and the sale has already started and it's already moving very, very well. And it's going to now imagine a project that has done the most projects who follow this pattern, many times a lot of them do well. A lot of them do well because by the time they officially get listed, what happens? Mainstream adoption. More people decide to bank on it and get involved in it. Many of you remember BlockX that I talked about, and BlockX have done a lot of percentage gain for us already, and it's still moving. When I started talking about BlockX, it was also on exchanges. And then I was like, this is a time when a lot of people do not know about this. A lot of people are not talking about this yet. And it's going to get to mainstream adoption and all that, and all that, and all that, and all that. And we see where BlockX is right now, today. We see where it is right now, today. And it just keeps on picking up. When I posted about BlockX, there was little engagement on my post. But now I'm posting about the price increase. The engagement has increased. I'm surprised. Why? Because more people are now knowing about it. More people are now getting to be involved in it. But what was the key factor for BlockX? Leadership. That one, I think the leadership, the team is doxed. You look at how they are building the protocol and building the block and looking at the platform. Leadership. So there's the way you approach project that you know that, okay, the project is doxed. Then the ones that the project that are known, I'm using this as an example, which is the project which we are buying into. This is it. So this, if this could do like 5x, 10x or so, and probably do more. That is not in the that's not in the, how do I put it now? It's not in the that's not determined by any of us as well. It's determined by the forces of the market. But the possibilities and the assets we're looking at already gives us that advantage and an edge to get in early. So it's already trending. Wow. Flappy B is trending on pink sale now. Let me share it so you guys can see it. Look at it. It's trending. It's number 12. Number 12. So I think if you guys are able to, what is it called? If you're able to, I don't know, if you click on it, you should be able to. So people, everything here is already visible. You've seen the announcements by the exchanges. 2 exchanges have announced it. The question, and the thing here is whether you decide to buy into the Flappy B sale. This is one thing I like about projects like this. Whether you decide to buy in or not to buy in, the exchanges have already been confirmed to list, and they will list regardless or so. So it's more of a personal decision to want to benefit or not, and that's one good thing. That's why you see when the projects we've been looking at, majority of them, 80 to 90% of them do very well, even in the midterm basis. Despite that, Why? Because it doesn't have, I don't have to, nobody has to compel anybody to do anything. What has been said, you just enjoy the ride and why it happens and why it takes place already. So it's really, 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 really a cool thing. Really, really, really a cool thing. I don't know if it's possible. Let me post this. Okay, I think it's possible. I just posted it. I don't know how it's going to show, but that's the link for those who are asking me about it. For Flappy B. So I talk about ammo and our projection for ammo, which is amino, and then we're talking about what's it called? Talking about uh, Flappy B, which is bits, and our projection for it as well. Now, there's a point. There's a third point I'm going to show us. The third point I want us to talk about. A third point I'm referring to that we're going to talk about. A third point. Okay, coming. Now, point number 3. We're given 2 points. Point number 3. Cults will be formed. CULTS. Cults will be formed. You know, just like FT and Phantom. Phantom was like a cult, whereby people are so engaged and engrossed in that project, in that token, in that asset class. Now, when you see platforms and projects that projects cult-like potential, those ones are parabolic. They go parabolic. So one of the ways you're able to get this kind of project is that you use social metric platforms. So when you use social metric platforms, you begin to, what do you use social metric platforms to do? Sorry, you use them to spot projects that are being heavily mentioned. So much, but you see a lot, almost everybody from the biggest influencer to the smallest influencer are mentioning about it. When you look at it, to the irrelevant person out there, the one that doesn't have any level of followers, I'm mentioning about it. When you look at the social metrics of the platform being so high, now the project might not even be up there in value, like the price but has not even peaked very well. It might be undervalued. Yeah, the social metrics is high. It means that a lot of people with a cut-like mindset regarding it over an extensive period of time. You check through with the social media, you're able to negotiate, go through the platforms and the communities and get to understand what the average investor thinks about this thing. Once you see that court-like commitment on a platform, on a project being built, what happens is that the project just keeps on flying, because that is what we call that's what we call the height of speculation. We call it the highest level of speculation. And that highest level of speculation, that project becomes unstoppable. That's why most of the projects that like Shiba, Sekun and the likes of them, Pep and all, like got to the peak, they got to that height of speculation. And that is a cut-like based asset class. So the lazy man's approach to becoming a crypto billionaire is not by jumping around or being everywhere. You streamline your focus and then you scale. There is going to be a Twitter thread I'm going to put up. I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. I would have done that tonight, or I might do that later tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to post it on how you can turn as little as $200 to $200,000 within 200 days, trading not more than 8 coins. How you can turn $200 to $200,000 within 200 days, trading not more than 8 coins. I did it with a very lesser amount of coins, and it took me about 7 months in 2020. but I'm going to write a thread that is going to be concise, and I'm going to post it on Twitter thread. If you like value, you are going to read it and see how you can immediately begin to practicalize and implement it. If you don't like value, it is still your choice on how it's going to be. But one thing has been certain, we've been dropping back-to-back informations and everything you need to excel in this space, even for free. So much value, so much value in our weekly crypto shows. If you are yet to join the Bull Run Billionaires crypto group, do everything you can to plug in, because knowledge is expensive, but ignorance is way more expensive. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side of things. Those who are in that group, when you pay to join the Bull Run Billionaires crypto group, automatically you're going to be in that closed group with me for the next 2 years. Throughout the Bull Run, I'm going to be guiding you. We have our Bull Run spreadsheet, which is tokens we are holding for the Bull Run. Besides that, every week we have alphas we trade to grow our portfolio, to make enough USDT to keep on increasing our Bull Run portfolio. And then throughout the Bull Run, there will be day-to-day alphas, 10x, 5x, will be printing on a daily basis for this Bull Run. So if you are not there, do anything you can to make sure you plug into that platform, the Bull Run Billionaires crypto group. There you have direct access to my mentorship, my guide, questions you have asked, issues you have asked as well. Everyone who got in and have been taking the alphas has made within just one, you made whatever you paid back. So it's like a giveaway that is being done, because as we enter into 2024, the price is going to be double the amount because of the value that is being given as well. So do everything you can to plug in. The website have been posted almost everywhere as well. So make sure you join in the paid platform. But so besides that, we've been giving, if you look at the value we've been giving for free, the threads we've been posting, the alpha codes we've been posting, the Bybit trading network which we launched, spot trades, futures trades, DeFi trades, we've been we've been killing it on a back-to-back basis. How much more when you are having a private access to mentorship with me, the private offers, you have a greater edge and a greater opportunity as well. So when you look at all these factors, you look at all these things that are being shared, everything is there. Everything is basically visible. You look at these same strategies that have been taught. The strategy that have been taught that was used for each of the coins that have been called, each of the Twitter threads that have been posted, the same thing. And I used BlockX as a case study. We shared BlockX. Those of you who got in, we've made a lot of money from BlockX when we got in. And guess what? Teamwork is at play in there as well. Why am I confident I'm holding on to Amino? Teamwork as well. Teamwork. And look at the other factors you're able to put them in to be able to see how you can leverage on them to make the most money or not. Someone say, what's your X account? Shifu Wealth, that's my X account. Shifu Wealth, that's my X account. So with the information that I've been given, the knowledge that I've been given, utilize it for your own advantage. Use it for when you want to do your own research. Use it to do what someone said, evening Shifu. I don't know if you did this in the last class, but you said you would drop a list of staking opportunities and mining side. Yes, I did that. As I promised, I did that in the last session. So if you have to watch it, the previous video on YouTube channel, you have to watch it. Okay, fam. Bye for now, and have a blessed night. So I did that in the last session, in the last class. So you can go there, the last video. the last video. So go and check it. Go and check it. Bye for now. See you all same time next week in the Crypto Capital Show.